solve for x. Okay, Richard, you logged in online. Can you tell me what would be the first step to solve here for x?
I'm not sure exactly what the first step is, but I know that I think we have to cross multiply to find the products, and then take that away from x or something. I'm not sure.
Actually, you're right. When I have a proportion a over b is equal to c over d, then we can see here that a times d is equal to c times b. Now, a very simple example of that would be if I have 2 over 4. Richard, what 2 over 4 is equal to when I reduce them?
That's equal to 1/2.
Very good. That is equal to 1/2. If I divide the top and bottom of the fraction by 2, I get equal to 1/2. Now, if you look carefully here, if I cross multiply the numbers, their product would be exactly the same as each other. So 2 times 2 is equal to 4. 1 times 4 also is equal to 4. So as you see here, 2 times 2 is equal to 1 times 4. So when we have a proportion, when you cross multiply the numbers here, their product would be exactly equal each other. So in this case, I would have 3 times 8 is equal to 2 times x. So Richard, what would be a next step, do you think?
I'm not exactly sure what the next step is, but I can tell you that x is 12.
Well, the next step would be to multiply what we have on the left hand side and solve for x, isolate x. So on the left hand side, what do we have on the left hand side, Richard?
On the left-hand side, we have 3 times 8, which is 24.
Hmm. So we get 24 is equal to 2x. We want to solve for x. How do you solve for x here, Richard?
Well, I just kind of figured out what times 2 would be 24, and it's 12.
Well, that works for this particular example, but if I change that 2 to 2 and 1/2, and if I change that 24 to a decimal number 24.6, then you couldn't guess that, right?
Oh, I see. So since 3 times 8 is 24, you would then divide 24 by that number there, whatever we call it, to get x.
Right. So in this case, we need to isolate x. To isolate x, we can look at it as dividing both sides of the equation by 2, or multiplying both sides of the equation by reciprocal of this number, which is 1/2. However you want to look at it, you get the same answer. So when we have 24 is equal to 2x, if you look at the reciprocal of 2 would be 1/2. So if I multiply both sides of the equation by 1/2, it would be like the same as dividing both sides of the equation by 2. However you want to look at it, you can see that you can isolate the x that way. So it would be 24 over 2, which is equal to x. Or here would be also 1/2 times 24 over 1, which is equal to x. So x would be equal to, of course, 12, as you guessed. So this is how you can solve for proportion.